I wanted to make a very impromptu sort of video because there is something that I really wanted to mention, and it's the kind of person that I feel you should maybe just distance yourself away from or stay away from. And this is the kind of person that I feel is never really going to have your back. They're never really going to defend you, okay? And those are the kinds of people where you do something really nice for them, okay? Like really nice for them, and they say something like, "I didn't ask you though." You may have prayed for this person and told this person, today I really prayed for you. And they may say something like, "But I didn't ask you though." Imagine doing something so nice for a person and they just throw that statement into your face. Another example is something that actually also personally happened in my life where, I really defended a person to someone that was like being a bit sort of out of line. And I remember saying to this person, I was really like defending you, in that moment. And they turned around and said, "But I didn't ask you though. I didn't ask you, to defend me." And I thought in that moment, wow, because in certain moments I would want to be defended. And I remember in certain moments I felt very unprotected by this person and very undefended by this person. And you have to understand that when someone says something like this, it means that they won't do those same kinds of things for you, okay? And I mean that in a way that's really important to understand. And I don't mean that you must like get rid of this kind of person, but it's more so just stepping back and understanding that perspective. Because let's say, for example, you want someone to pray for you, or you want someone to support you. But then when you support those kinds of people and they say things like, "But I didn't ask you to support me. I didn't ask you to do this for me," it means that indirectly they're projecting onto you that in a similar situation, they won't support you like how you did. They won't defend you like how you did, okay? They won't respect you like how you did. And that's really, really important. It's just a sign that I saw. It's something that also came up in my meditation as well today, that this is the kind of person that you must like at least try to sort of step away from and sort of try to understand. Because the thing here is that when people say things like this, it's actually really mean, okay? People don't understand that it's mean, but it's actually very, very mean. And it's actually pretty rude as well, that, you could be doing something really lovely for a person and they say, "But I didn't ask you to do that." And they say it in such a tone, that is kind of condescending or demeaning. And, I also really believe as well that there is so much power in love. There is so much power in prayer. There is so much power in standing up for those that you love. And I know for a fact that, if my family stand up for me, or if your family stand up for you in a really difficult moment, that is true love that you would love and that you want. And some people don't want to be defended. Some people don't want to be prayed for. Some people don't want to be respected. But if these are people that you are around and they say things like this to you, but you know that you have an expectation that in return you would want them to do these kinds of things, you really have to think about it clearly. Because yes, there are some people that don't want that, right? But if you want that and then you're dealing with someone where you do something that you want, you have to then understand whether they would actually do that for you in return if that's something that you want as well, okay? So it's just something that came up, but I do think that it's very, very important because it kind of aligns with values, Again, if someone says something very out of line to you and you want that person to defend you, and let's say someone says something very out of line to them and you defend them, but then they say something like that to you in return and you've always felt like, I've never felt defended by this person actually. You must really think about things, okay? It's something that I think is really vital. It's very significant and it's very important for me to sort of have mentioned because I have done some small readings before where I said like, be careful of this kind of person or be careful of this type of person. And this kind of person is someone that you should also be very, very sort of wary of in certain situations and sort of put in those healthy boundaries, talk about what's really important, and also to just understand that of course people are very, very different and that's okay, but also to understand that it's not a very nice thing, that you've gone out of your way to do something for someone, and if they don't even understand or respect it, if they don't understand and respect something that you've done so nicely, then is there really alignment? And I think that's really the most significant thing. Now, It's just something to think about. It's a thought that I thought I would throw onto YouTube. Like, how do you feel about that? Okay, I really want to know. Okay, how do you feel about it? Like, for example, if you prayed for someone, or you know, sat by somebody's side, and then they turn around and they were like, well, I never asked you to though, you know, or you felt really sorry for someone, you felt really bad for someone, and they were like, but I never asked you to though. If you defended someone, or you really just were by their side and you had their back, and they say something like, but I never asked you to though. What is your feeling on that? What is your take on that? Because I do believe it's a bit harsh, you know, because that's actually from a place of love. Not everybody loves the same, but let me know, okay? I would love to know that. And I do believe that sometimes it's best to sort of step away from people like this, because it means that in return, they won't be able to reciprocate what you want.